So today I'm going to talk about how to actually store your coffee beans. There are two ways, or maybe two types, let's call it like that, how to store the coffee beans or to have the perfect coffee bean storage. So first of all, if you have green beans, it means that you need to store them for some kind of time, because naturally people are buying coffee beans and not in 1 kilogram or 2 kilograms, basically sometimes in a bigger quantities because it's cheaper. And then there's a question where to actually store the coffee beans. So my recommendation is always very simple. I myself store coffee beans in a jar, for instance. So I have a lot of jars of these and I store them in a cool, dark place. So which means that coffee beans staying fresh for a lot of time, and you can store these coffee beans for about 2 years. And this is not a problem because coffee beans I usually have a very nice structure which covers their taste and everything inside, and that's why they can be stored for quite a long time actually. So this is not a problem. Another thing is where you can store green coffee beans is a plastic container, or maybe even a paper container. So if you have this, again, one important note here, so you need to store them in a cool, dark place, because coffee beans don't like heat, don't like bright sides. So be sure that you are storing coffee beans in exactly this kind of a thing. Another thing about storing coffee beans is when you roast coffee beans. This is another story. And first of all, you need to understand one thing, that for about 24 hours coffee beans need to degas, which means that, again, if we are storing in a jar, the jar must be at least opened or slightly covered, but not fixed firmly, because you know coffee beans are degassing and this gas should come out. If you crack it very strongly, actually coffee beans will degas and this jar can even explode. So this is not going to end well. So first of all, for about 24 hours let coffee beans degas in your container. After that, find a good place where you like to store them. So again, this could be a glass jar, this could be a plastic jar, this could be, for instance, this kind of a paper bag. I usually like storing these beans in the paper bags. Why? Because first of all, they have a very nice line where you can seal it, which means you can seal your coffee and the coffee will not reduce the taste. And another thing, what is very much important here, you should actually check for the bags to be having a plastic inside, because plastic usually preserves all the taste and all the structure of the beans for a long time. And again, if you roast coffee beans, make sure that these coffee beans are not staying in this bag for more than 2 months, because in that time coffee beans are reducing their quality very significantly, and this is going to cost you a very flattish coffee, and in the end of the day you will not be happy about that. So my recommendation here is very simple. Roast that quantity of coffee beans that you're going to consume in about 3-4 weeks, and store them in a plastic bag or maybe glass container, and make sure that you're consuming these coffee beans in this period of time, because later on you will not be happy about your coffee. So this video was about where to actually store green coffee beans and roasted coffee beans. If you have any questions, comment in the section below, and if you like this video, press the like button, and see you soon.